Greetings all. This is Justin.
This is Hairy Nick. How are you, Justin?
I'm doing well.
You know, one day we'll record that and it'll be perfectly seamless, but
It's not going to happen.
we're awkward nerds. Unfortunately, the whole video presentation thing is still very new to me.
Yeah.
In any case, how is everyone going? Let's have a chat about Xwing and the primary gift-giving season of the year.
December.
Yes. Indeed, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you guys want to celebrate. Yes, that one too. Whatever you celebrate, if you do the whole gift-giving thing, I think it's a great time to talk about the products at Xwing and have a chat about what's good to buy for yourself or for others kind of thing.
Yeah, get other people interested in Xwing.
Absolutely. Very important.
The more people that play, the better everyone is.
And the more people that watch me. I'm pretty happy about that. So, yes, we're going to do a bit of a is it worth it to buy this, whatever. We're going to channel our inner Tellurian Community College professor and have a chat about all this kind of stuff. Also, just give a brief sort of idea about the value of certain things, whether it's worth it to buy other people, different demographics, whether people are getting into Xwing or they're already enfranchised players. About a year ago, we did this. We actually spoke specifically about each of the three factions, which was all that was available back then, and talk about sort of the best things to buy into. Now the product line is very different. It's much smaller and it's much more specific because we're still very much in the transition period between first and second edition. We've got conversion packs and all that kind of stuff. And just a quick shout out to a few things before we start off, things that haven't been released yet. First of all, a special mention to these two packs, the Galactic Republic, Guardians of the Republic Squadron pack, and the Separatist Servants of Strife Squadron pack.
Yeah.
These are not yet available. However, I have to mention these because they would make the perfect gift.
So, next year, when it gets to December, buy these.
Absolutely. We should be seeing a March release on these.
Yeah.
We're not seeing... some of the shops I'm seeing here in Australia are advertising February, but I get the impression that they just have to put dates on things. And speculative, blah, blah, blah.
End of February, start of March.
I don't sort of adhere to any sort of release date announcement unless it's directly from FFG.
Yeah.
Because it always inevitably happens. Somebody announces something. It's like, oh, this random Amazon retailer said this date, therefore it's scripture. It's not.
Yeah.
It always happens. So, yep, shout out to those. And also shout out to all, the various third-party products that you can get for Xwing. I will say, in general, it's a difficult hobby to buy for. So when we're looking at things like tokens and cards and even, third-party game mats, that always is a strong option.
Everyone will be happy with a game mat. Everyone likes having different game mats for different things.
Yeah, if you already have one, you get another one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care.
No.
Having multiple ones, I feel like this red asteroid cluster this day, or this day with this planet in the background.
And not only that, eventually Epic will come out, and when we play Epic, you've got to have two mats.
That's exactly right. The official FFG game mats are $40. Yep, they're $40 US each. Recommended retail. They're about $80 here in Australia, depending on where you get them.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of really good third-party game mats out there. I own a third-party one. You own an official one.
Yeah.
It really comes down to what you like. You can save a bit of money if you find them on sale. Third-party ones do get significantly cheaper, depending on what brand you get.
Yeah.
Any 3 foot by 3 foot Starfield or any space scene game mat is appropriate for Xwing. They just can't advertise on the front that they're for Xwing because that's licensed.
Yep.
And that's always a great gift. But let's talk about the actual Xwing products themselves. And I'm just here on the FFG website. We're just going to go through it bit by bit and just talk about them. We're not going to go faction specific this year. We're just going to have a look at the lineup of products, which is relatively small, and just talk about them. So, starting off with the core set.
So this is good for new players or even people that are starting to get back into Xwing.
Yeah.
Because you need the damage deck.
Yes, you need the damage deck. Also, the new maneuver templates have center lines on them. And there's a bunch of really good cards in this as well.
In this pack, you do get instinctive aim. You don't get instinctive aim anywhere else.
Yep.
So it is an important card.
Also, Luke Skywalker, I don't believe is in the Rebel conversion kit. In any case, this is designed to be the base lot of cards that you have if you want to do quick builds in later expansions. They always refer back to things like Afterburners, Hull Upgrade, and Chill Upgrade, which you get in this pack. It's marketed very much as a thing that you can't get around buying if you want to play Xwing 2nd Edition, even more so than the core set from 1st Edition. And there's only one core set this time around. They haven't made the Force Awakens core set like they did in 1st Edition. In any case, you get a good amount of ships and cards and all that kind of stuff for what you're paying. It's one of the best value ways to get these 3 ships. If you're flying either Rebel or Empire, if you're Rebel, you want a copy of Luke Skywalker. If you're Empire, you want multiple TIE fighters. So it's perfect from that point of view. Yeah. It's great for a new player and great for already in franchise player if you don't already own one.
And the price point is just so much better.
Yep. $40 US. I think it's around $50-$60 depending on where you are in Australia. Pretty decent. All right, next on this list here are all the accessories, and we were having a discussion about this before. I'm not a huge fan of the shrouds. What do you think?
I like them.
Yeah.
I only use them. I've got certain builds, and I'll just have one of my ships that has the dial, that has the shroud. And I'll just leave it there. I don't like switching them between them, and that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, I just got a bit sick of unassembling the dials over and over again, so I've actually just foregone the shrouds entirely. I don't use my Scum ones anymore. But I guess that comes down to the person. I'm not particularly organised when it comes to having all my Xwing stuff, so going the easier option is better for me. Yeah. I've got a lot of gaming content on this shelf behind me. I want to uncomplicate that as much as possible. Actually, for the newer factions, I will say, when you have fewer ships, like, if you get 2 resistance packs of dials and you have 6 shrouds, and that's pretty much all your ships for most part.
I was just going to say, even then, even just with the 3, you put one on the Millennium Falcon, one for an X-Wing, one for an A-Wing.
That's a good point.
And you can just...
And you can just have the rest assemble if you want. Yeah, that's a good idea. Depends on the player, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Also, dice packs, kind of important, unfortunately. Yeah. I really wish FFG would put 4 of each dice in the core set. It's an annoying thing they do because you do need 4. You need 4 dice for the core game, unfortunately. If your X-Wing fires at range 1 or your TIE Fighter defends at range 3. So a little bit annoying that they do that, but whatever. It's $8 US or like $10 Australian. Yeah. I forget what we have it here on the shelf for. I bought mine ages ago. Also with the new core sets, I have way too many dice. It happens with X-Wing. You just accumulate all this extra stuff. Also, this is made out of a very nice sort of soft plastic, which is ideal for painting. I don't paint mine because I don't want like the abrasiveness of my fingers to rub it off. But a lot of people do. It's a very big part of like self-expression within the game, being able to paint things. So that's another cool.
A lot of people used to paint their Rebel Alliance ones back in 1st edition to the Poe Dameron black and orange, or
like Luke's scheme with like the grey and the red and the yellow. Yeah, it's cool. If the person you're buying for happens to be into that kind of stuff, that's another piece of upside when getting this kind of thing anyway. Very, very cool. Let's move down through all the various factions. Okay, let's talk briefly about the new factions, because these are by far the most difficult to buy for.
Yeah, I think realistically, you buy the conversion kit for someone that already has those ships. Otherwise, you're in a bit of a problem.
Which is very, very specific.
Yeah.
Oh, also, if somebody already happens to have resistance stuff, maybe they already have the resistance conversion kit, an A-Wing. Yeah, it's really difficult. We were talking before about the bulk packs you get for the Republic and the Separatists. I'm hoping at one stage, say like a year down the track when FFG start to phase out the conversion kits, they replace them with these kits that you get for the Resistance and First Order. And hopefully Scum too, actually, come to think of it, because Scum doesn't have any ships in the core set either. Which is just a bulk pack of 3 ships. Say like they bring out a new ship for both factions. The Red Interceptor for the First Order and the TA for the Resistance. And you get like one of those new ships and 2 of the old, or vice versa. New pilots for the existing ships and also different pilots for that. And basically you have a bulk pack for these new factions, these Wave 2 factions. I would love to see that. Because as it is with conversion kits, there's no like one product you can buy to just sort of get your foot in the door. You need a conversion kit plus some old models. Or you need a lot of the ones that are already out. And I don't really want to play around with TIE-FO swarms. I don't think it's that viable.
No, just having the FO for the First Order, it's a bit lackluster.
Yeah, I would rather have Mining Guild TIEs or TIE Fighters as swarms instead of the First Order TIE. The ship looks cool, the look of Midnight and stuff, but it's not something you just get a whole heap of the one thing.
No.
It does make it a bit awkward, unfortunately. The First Order Resistance look like a lot of fun to fly. That's not the issue I have. It's just the product lineup is a bit awkward at the moment.
Yeah, realistically, you wouldn't get First Order. If you were to get Resistance, you'd probably have to buy 4 X-Wings.
Yeah, you could do that.
Maybe 2 X-Wings and 2 A-Wings.
It's very, very specific, though, and if you want to play competitively, that might be jank. Even if you want to play casually, you might want more different flavours.
Because the Resistance is currently missing the Bomber and the Falcon.
Yes.
And the First Order are missing the TIE SF, the TIE Silencer, and the Upsilon class shuttle. So
there is an ace pack from first edition for the Resistance. There is Heroes of the Resistance, which comes with the Falcon and the Black One. You could buy that and a conversion pack for around about the $100 mark. But then you've only got 2 ships. Yeah, it is awkward, isn't it?
Although, saying that, those 2 ships, I think they're going to be flown.
Yes, that is pretty much a list. I will say that I purchased my own Falcon and Black One, but I bought the models off somebody who was selling on the seconds market. And if that's something you can do, but in terms of recommending gifts, that's not ideal.
No.
I'll just say that. So, look, cool factions, but yeah, not ideal for gifts at this point in time. So we'll move on from them. Moving over to the original 3 factions, starting off with the Galactic Empire. And on the screen here in front of us are these 3 ships, but we can also buy the first edition TIE Reaper because it also comes with all of the second edition cards in that as well.
Yeah.
Which is excellent. From this point of view, I look at all these and I go, I think these are all decent gifts for your Empire player.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't want 2 TIE Advanced or 2 Reapers, but if they don't have either of them, absolutely. Excellent ships. Less so the Fighter and Striker. They're cool ships, but you need a lot of TIE Fighters to really do like a swarm.
Yeah.
And you already get 2 in the core pack, so if you want like the 1 Academy pilot, well, they've already got that anyway.
Yeah.
The TIE Striker is seeing a little bit of meta play with Duchess. That's cool. It's a fun ship to fly with. I don't know how much value it has for the more casual players. I mean, you can do like the whole Scarif thing with a few Strikers and a Reaper. That's pretty cool. But undeniably, when we're talking meta play, when we're talking casual play, when we're talking just hype in general, people are going to want TIE Advance. People want to fly Vader.
Yeah.
Because he's so much fun to fly. And he's so like good competitively and casually.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you go up to someone and you're like, I'm flying Vader, they're like, ooh, Darth Vader. He's a character. I know him.
Absolutely. And everyone loves Vader. I've never met a person that doesn't like the character. And he does function within the game as terrifyingly as he does in terms of how we know him from the movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Let's jump down to the Rebellion. Currently the T-65 X-Wing and BTLA-4 Y-Wing are available, as well as Saul's Renegades, which also has all of the second edition cards.
Yeah, so that comes with an X-Wing and a U-Wing.
And it's quite good value considering that. Because you get the 2 ships in 1 pack. You also get some X-Wing pilots. Unfortunately, you don't get any of the meta-relevant X-Wing pilots.
Yeah, nothing properly named.
Exactly right. Well, you get like Leave and Tenza and all those.
But people don't know who that is.
Not really, no. The X-Wing expansion packs comes with Wedge Antilles, which is one of the favoured meta pilots right now, and also an awesome pilot to fly. Like, I keep using that word meta, but bear in mind, these are also really fun for casual play. Yeah. Wedge is awesome. Definitely. Especially alongside Luke. That is seeing a lot of relevance right now.
Yeah.
So, I do want to say, if you want to buy for someone that is probably going to favour a certain faction, you could go Core Set and Vader or Core Set and X-Wing. I think those are both great options. And also in terms of just getting good value for money, just getting more ships, you go Saul Renegades as well. Yeah. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you get the core expansion and Saul's Renegades, you could probably almost eke out a list with that.
2 X-Wings and a U-Wing. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. And the Y-Wing's cool as well. Saul's Renegades also a different paint scheme. FFG have indicated that they're not necessarily bringing back all the paint schemes of first edition. So eventually that might get phased out. Although the Partisans are legal, you don't get them in the Xwing expansion pack. They might be available separately at like Xwing and Xwing. I don't know what they're planning on doing with those. Because we're seeing some ships be released that were originally in packs together, being separate. The Z95 for the Scum faction, for example. So I don't know what's really going on there. It might be a good chance to buy Swords Renegades while it's still available. Definitely. Don't know. Or they might just get rid of the first edition cards and repackage it when they phase it out. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. But certainly for those two original factions, there's a lot of great options. Let's jump down to the Scum faction. And there's a lot of cool things here as well.
I think this is probably the best faction to buy for.
Yes.
Provided that they don't already have these ships.
That's it. Now, when this video drops, it's pretty much going to be the 12th of December, so this Mining Guild tie will be released. The Z95 will be part of Wave 3 alongside the Republic and CIS. I look at the rest of the ships here and I go, the Mining Guild tie is not the best gift for someone. I think we're looking mainly at swarms in terms of like tournament play.
Yeah, I think if you're going to buy someone a Mining Guild tie, you buy them at least 2.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But the other 3 ships, if you were to buy each of these 3 ships, it would cost just short of money. 89.85 exactly. If we're looking at US recommended retail. And if you buy these 3 ships, we just discussed this before, you have some great options for tournament legal, hyperspace legal lists.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting to me. Because you get all of the crew out of Lando's pack. You get the escape craft out of Lando's Falcon. You get Lando's Falcon itself, which is not irrelevant in terms of meta play right now, but sort of struggling. But very fun in terms of casual play. Lots of really cool build-arounds and synergies with that ship. You get the Slave 1, which is competitive in the meta, is really fun to fly full stop.
Yeah, you've got all those different titles that you can use that change it up.
I mean, right now, in terms of meta play, it's Boba Marauder Han, which you get all of that if you bought all these packs together. But I'm seriously looking at these other parts going, I think there's something there, like your Koshka Frost and your Cressus Trellix. I think in terms of casual list, there might be some fun stuff we can do with those. And also the Fang Fighter, you get Fen Rao and El Terok, both seeing a bit of meta play each, but also like all the generic parts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like you can go Fen, Escapecraft Boba, Boba Lando.
You can do, if you end up getting 2 Fangs, you could do Lando and 2 Fangs.
Yes, lots of options.
Yeah.
Just with these 3 packs alone, I like what we can do with the Scum faction already.
Yeah.
Just bear in mind, yes, you kind of need the stuff from the core set, unfortunately. There's not really many ways to get around that. You'd have to buy dice, you'd have to source templates elsewhere, have to source a damage deck elsewhere, which is really not ideal. I don't think people are buying up multiple core sets, so like aftermarket damage decks are really hard to find. So yeah, with the Scum faction, just buy a few ships because they're all really relevant right now. Not so convinced by the Mining Guild tie. The Z95 again is going to be in that same camp. Now one last thing we'll chat about, because we did skip over the conversion kits while doing that list. It's again a very niche product. If somebody is thinking about getting into 2nd edition, you basically have to know what they want. Basically, you can theoretically buy up a 1st edition collection of one of these factions and then get a conversion kit. It's not totally out of the question. 2nd edition has caused a lot of people who were already wanting to get out of the game to go, okay, it's too much for me now, whatever, to leave. It's brought in a lot of new players as well. And because of that influx and outflux in the market, it means you can get a lot of collections on Facebook or eBay or whatever. And that theoretically makes it possible to buy this as a gift. But it's difficult. Again, it's awkward. These products are designed for enfranchised players to keep playing. Like us.
I think if someone was in 1st edition, played a lot, this would be a nice gift for them. Yeah.
I'm thinking about like the friends of a friend who is like, oh, I played a bunch in 1st edition like a year ago. It's a bit too much for me now. And the friend is still like really enfranchised. Go, here, have a conversion kit. Go play with me. Kind of thing. We all know people like that. That could be pretty useful. But it's in terms of a gift, it is very, very specific. Like, don't just go and buy young Johnny a conversion kit for Christmas and go, hey, now go buy a bunch of ships. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Here, have a bunch of cardboard. Now let's play Xwing. Wait, you don't have any ships? This is a problem.
For the new young player who's absolutely green with no experience whatsoever, get them a core set and maybe like a couple of other ships. For conversion kits are very specific products and don't make the best gifts in all scenarios.
Yeah.
Very good products. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that we have these. I mean, there are so many games that go from an edition change and don't give us any new content or any way to get into the new content. It's very frustrating. So a good product overall, but in terms of the gift giving period of the year, not recommended.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of Xwing products available right now. We'll do one of these next December, as we always do, and have a chat about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there'll be more to talk about by then.
Absolutely. Hopefully more things that are ideal to just buy people to just get into the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully more of these like Republic and CIS packs, which is just a bunch of ships in the one faction. FFG, that looks fantastic. Like, well done. Do more of that. What I'm hoping is they phase out the conversion packs and bring in those instead for every single faction. That would be absolutely ideal. Anyway, we've rambled on for far too long. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Reddit. Please consider supporting the Patreon if you want to get involved with that. All the links down below. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.